So, hey everyone, and welcome back to another live stream. Where today I've just started, completely kind of impromptu. That's why I kind of look a bit crazy at the minute. My hair looks all over the place. Doesn't matter. Um, I wasn't expecting WWDC today for some reason. But it is. It's WWDC26. So I'm gonna be reacting live to the Apple event. So let me just make sure everything's all working. That's coming through the right mic, which is perfect. I'll check it somewhere. I don't know what I should use to actually check that my stream's working, but I'm gonna do this one a little bit differently this year. Um, I've been hoping and like waiting for WWDC, but I thought it for some reason I just thought it was on Wednesday. I don't know why, but I did. I just mentally like subconsciously thought that it wasn't going to happen yet. There we go. Yeah, so everything's working. So basically, I've missed half of it. um, I even have it in my calendar. Like, has it come up as a calendar event? Yeah, WWDC 26 keynote. So I've missed the Mac OS part, and I actually really quite like the new name for the new Mac OS, which is Mac OS Golden Gate. I've just seen that on on Facebook, like randomly. I just logged on and saw that this whole thing was happening. I'm using a different tripod situation to what I had before, so I'm just gonna try and set everything up before I kind of start watching the stream. Me and Luke were gonna go and watch Obsession tonight, but because it's WWDC26, and also because we're thinking about waiting and just leaving it until later in the week, so it's a little bit easier, a little bit so that we can actually get sorted and kind of watch it a bit later with our mum. We might end up doing that anyway. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see how long this goes on for, and kind of make a decision. There we go. So you can see me. I don't know why it's so zoomed in. It's really annoying me, but it is what it is. In previous years, and I would have had this all set up, but it's just unfortunately, like I didn't realize for some reason it was going to be today, even though like I've been waiting for so many days for this, and I had it in my calendar and everything. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Um, so in previous years, I've like done a side by side. Mr. Professional. I've done screen capture over here, and then my camera over there. It doesn't work. Apple strikes it down all the time, every single time, and not only that, but they delete the video, so you don't even have that to fall back on. And I'm not going to do it. So I'm not even going to have the audio from WWDC in the video. If you're watching this, then you're going to have to like sync it up yourself with two different devices. Otherwise, you'll just hear me commentating on what I'm hearing. I'm not going to be able to show you. So I'm going to get my iPad because that's probably the best way of doing this, because I've got my phone over there as the camera, and then we will get started. So let's see. This is on 20%, but that'll be fine. This is about to be like, what is it? 5 versions of iOS out of date, or is it already? I don't know. It's on iOS 15 anyway. But they're literally doing the iOS portion of the keynote right now, which is great. So I'm missing that. But it is what it is. I can always kind of skip back and watch some kind of roundup videos and read some articles and stuff. I'm not. It's not too big of a deal. But I kind of see it all right now. So I'm going to put my AirPods in. I'm just hoping this doesn't change the microphone to my AirPods. Luckily, it doesn't. So now I can just click on WWDC26 and watch it
free with
on
our
here.
latest software
Great.
releases.
So it's coming through my speakers. Why is it doing that? Now it shouldn't be. And why is my iPad not charging? That's also not working. I did do this last year, didn't I, with WWDC 2025, but I think I got it wrong again. I think I got copyright striked. Do it every single year. Have the exact same problem. And this won't connect to my AirPods. I just love old Apple devices where they get them to the point where they're so slow and so sort of out of touch with updates that they just stop working with things. Like my AirPods just won't connect to this thing. Man, I'm just gonna have to figure out some other way of doing this. I could use my Mac. I just want to be able to see, monitor my OBS in the background here. I'm missing so much right now. My iPad's completely stopped charging. Right, screw this thing. It never normally gives me this much grief, but we're just going to not use that because it's going to wind me up. Right. So I can see and hear everything, I think. Can I? Yep. All good. You can't hear it. All sorted. I don't know what's going on with this camera. It keeps getting higher and higher. Cutting me off, but there we go. So, we're talking about privacy at the minute. Siri AI. So they're talking about Siri AI, this new feature, this new version of Siri, and it's not available in China for some reason. Interesting. I don't really care about this, but a lot of people have complained about Apple lately and their attitude towards Siri. Just basically saying they're incompetent because they can't come out with like the new Siri. They introduced it like 2 WWDCs ago now, and basically they just never released it, which is it's bad. It should be, I don't know, it should be illegal, but it's mismarketing because people bought their new iPhones 2 years ago based on the promise of new Siri, and it never came to fruition because they never finished it, and it was just always pretty trash. I do use Siri most days. I've had to actually turn off the they're just talking about crappy Siri features that are like image input and stuff like custom skills. I don't need to look at that right now, so we're just gonna talk. Yeah, I had to turn off the switch on the side of my phone from activating Siri because iOS 26 has made my iPhone 13 so slow and laggy. And by the way, I was talking a couple of weeks ago about my battery upgrade. It hasn't worked. My iPhone battery is still terrible, so I'm just gonna have to get a new phone, like simply and straightforwardly. But anyway, 26 has made my phone so slow in some areas. Generally, it's all right. But in some areas, it's so laggy that my icons are constantly refreshing on my homepage, which you don't want. You can't even see what's going on for like a second there. You've got to wait till the icons flash. And Siri, I won't even invoke it with the side button, but it will turn itself on out of nowhere, just invite itself completely without being wanted, and then just stick there on my screen. Or I'll go on the camera, like swipe left to the camera. And what the heck is going on now? I'm really hoping that's not messed everything up. It's just put everything over to my other screen, which I didn't want it to do. Thank you so much for that. I just plugged in my dock, the cable for it, purely for the reason of I want to charge my Mac, and now I don't even know how to bring all my programs over because everything's just come up on my monitor. There we go. That's what I needed to do. Okay. Yeah. So what was this? Oh yeah. Basically, my new battery's no better. It's not worse, but it's not great. And yeah, I'm just pretty disappointed in it. And yeah, the camera. What I was going to show you. Oh my gosh, this is really infuriating. I can't actually figure out how to use this. Please, for crying out loud. There we go. No. Oh, right, put this over here. Put OBS over here. I'm sorry, guys. Like, this is so bad. There we go. That's fine. Stay there. Turn off this second monitor. I'm not using it. This is how the camera should work. Swipe to it. Get rid of it. It's gone. My phone will just hang on the camera. And it wastes battery because it's just stuck on the camera screen. I'll be trying to swipe away from it, even turn off the display. It'll just stay on like that. iOS 26 is a buggy mess. And my phone's not even the oldest phone to support it. There's 2 generations of iPhone older than mine. I don't even want to know how badly they perform. Anyway, Siri AI. There you go. There's the new version. So hopefully they just fix all the bugs like what I've been talking about. Hopefully they improve battery life as well. Instead of just focusing on the Siri AI and just like, you know, coming out with another version of Siri, which is, you know, it's just inevitably not going to be any better. If, you know, all of these other things don't work. Hopefully though, they will actually realize the whole idea of Siri and, you know, the kind of the generative AI version. I don't know. Tim Cook's talking about stepping down as CEO. That's another big moment there. I'm kind of letting that go past without any fanfare, but I am going to mention it. But yeah, they're kind of talking about leaks where anyway, Gemini being swapped in instead of ChatGPT for Siri. So that might be the way that the new Siri works. Honestly, I don't know why, but I standardized around Gemini for my AI 2-3 years ago. I didn't really use AI that much to begin with. The reason I standardized around Gemini is actually a really practical one. So Bard came out, which was the sort of precursor to Gemini. It's the same thing. It still has all my same chats on it from when it was Bard. And ChatGPT came out first. When I first sort of used generative AI for the first time, it blew my mind. I still remember it. It blew my mind. Also, is that the end of WWDC? Oh no, this is a shot on iPhone thing. This is Backrooms, isn't it? Yeah, Eric the Architect. This is a Backrooms themed. It's gotta be, surely. I mean, it's an architect and it looks like a backroom. I don't know, maybe it's not. But when I first used generative AI, it was ChatGPT based. But this was before it was connected to the internet. ChatGPT used to have like a knowledge store of up to like 2021. Bard comes out by Google. It's basically the same thing. This has got to be Backrooms. But it's basically the same thing as ChatGPT. It works almost as well, and it's connected to the internet, so I can get up to date, real time answers. They keep improving it, and it gets better. And I just never stopped using it. I never started using ChatGPT again. I've probably got about 15 chats on there of all time on ChatGPT. People use that every single day. It is the more popular one, as far as I know, anyway. And I don't use it. I only ever really use it to cross-reference what I've been told by Gemini, and usually it says the same thing. So there you go. I just standardized that for a random but practical reason, and I'm still on it. And so this new sort of AI Siri, I know that it's going to be good because Gemini is, and I have like a little shortcut on my phone already, on my control center, which takes me to Gemini Live, which is the kind of, you know, the phone call version. You know, you can just kind of have a rich conversation with the AI assistant, and yeah, I use that. So there we go. That's the new Siri. I don't have a clue what this is supposed to be. It's like a load of different apps, and it's shot on an iPhone. I don't know. What we're gonna do actually, we're just gonna say screw this for the time being, unless I can see something like interesting, like imminently coming up, which I can't. We're just gonna refresh the page because for some reason it's just completely gone unresponsive, and we are going to look at the macOS portion of the video. I don't know what everyone else is running, but I am still running macOS 14, I believe, Sonoma. It's definitely Sonoma, and it's macOS 14.8. Yeah, I haven't updated since almost I got my computer. I was on Ventura originally, but now I'm on Sonoma, and the Apple event has completely crashed on my laptop. I actually love this, guys. I'm gonna just give up in a bit and just read articles to you in a future stream because I don't know what to do. Everything that could possibly go wrong is going wrong, and I'm not in the mood for it right now. Should we bring the iPad back and try again, or I don't know. I really want to use this. I want to be able to just easily, you know, manipulate the video. Oh, it's so annoying. And this has been on the whole time. Why did it not turn off? I don't understand. I'm sure I would have turned off the screen. It annoys me when it stays on. But it's just been on the whole time. Didn't even lock itself. Oh my gosh. So annoying. Right, it's charging at the minute. I'm not going to trust the computer, but carry on charging. Do not stop. There's no reason for you to stop charging whatsoever. Is it going to work now? I think it will. Is that it? I feel like the reason there's an Apple logo, yeah. WWDC is over. That's it. Well, it was only an hour and 20 minutes long. That's incredibly underwhelming. I don't know if they kind of got to everything, but they must have done, which is crazy. I mean, this normally takes longer than an hour and 20, I'm pretty sure. Although normally I am there from close to the start. Let's just go back to the start. I'm at the start of the video. I'm going to kind of tap forward a little bit. Or scrub forward. Here's Tim Cook, last kind of speech as CEO here. What are they going to do first? They're going to do macOS first or iOS first? Let's see. Are they going to talk about watchOS as well? I've just updated to watchOS 26, I'm assuming it is, on my old watch. I was on watchOS 10 before that, which is all the same era. I was on iOS 17, macOS 14, watchOS 10. But I've started upgrading my phones now on the new one, my watches, my Mac's the last one to go. I still don't have the liquid glass on this, but I don't care enough to do it at the minute. I will do it at some point. But yeah, it's been nice having an up-to-date phone though, to be fair. So they're just talking about stuff right now. They're just talking about random stuff. Basically just hyping themselves up. Here we go. Where's this? Is this iOS 27 that they're talking about or not? Please just tell me what you're actually talking about, because I'm kind of tapping through it and I don't understand what I'm watching here. Here we go, design. To tell you more, here's Shubham. Let's watch this guy. Here we go. So they're talking about liquid glass again, but we know what they're talking about at the very least. We can go from there. I quite like the way that this looks, by the way. I still have iOS 26.0 on my, like the beta on my iPhone 12. I am going to upgrade that. I am going to update it because I don't need to keep it on that. It doesn't even work very well. I can't use it for more than 5 seconds before the please update your phone thing comes on. But yes, I can't remember what I was going to say, to be honest. I still have that. Oh yeah, and I kind of started to see the kind of liquid glass design a year ago. My hair looks crazy. I don't know what's going on. It's just growing out, and I'm not used to it. And it's got rain on it as well. But yeah, what was I going to say? Oh yeah, I'm used to the design basically. It was a kind of a new thing a year ago when I first downloaded that beta. It's there we go. There's the liquid glass slider. I am going to be whacking that all the way onto liquid glass because I like it. I don't know why. The thing is, the thing that's ruined liquid glass, by the way, is people. The people in the community complaining about liquid glass has ruined liquid glass. They've basically said, Apple, I can't see my stuff. I can't see my notifications, this, that, the other. Make it less glassy. So Apple's basically just gone, right, reduce the glass until it's, less glassy now. It's less see-through. So now you're going to be able to choose it yourself, and that's how it should have been the whole time. But you live and you learn. I'm going to turn it up. I don't know if I'll have it on like full glass. I still want to be able to see stuff, but yeah, probably 3/4 or something. Sidebar icons also regain their color. Oh, okay. This is something to do with just active. Okay. So the foreground and background application color scheme is different. But what's really interesting, they've just talked about the radius of the corners on apps on macOS. So one thing that I've kept seeing over the past year is people complaining about the corner radius on macOS. On the new version, they've just kind of made it so that all the apps have a different corner radius, which is just stupid. How did that even get past the design team? There's a design reason for it, but it's not a very good one because it doesn't look very good in practice. So they've just made it so that they all have the same radius now, which is exactly how it should have been the whole time, isn't it? I haven't really noticed it on my version of macOS because I don't think it really exists on my version. On 26 though, that was a problem. People were constantly complaining about that. So there we go. Two things. Liquid glass slider and the corners. Both of those have been talked about for the past year. They've both been fixed within 12 minutes. What else do I think they're going to announce? Optimization, right there, 30% faster, CPU, everything like that. They've just announced it. I just say the word optimization. I'm like, hang on a minute. I'm seeing them announce this right now. So there we go. Swiping between pages, moving between spaces, all that kind of thing should be faster in this version. Exactly what we needed, by the way, because this is going to hopefully be like the iOS 12 of, iOS 20 updates. iOS 12 went from... I never ran iOS 11 properly. I had it on an iPhone that I didn't really use much, just as it was a spare one that was in the house. But the newest iOS version I was using at the time, I was using iOS 10 and 8, so I kind of skipped straight from 10 to 12 on my new iPhone. So I missed 11, but 11 was laggier, buggier. It was a brand new design. As 26 is, you can see the theme here. 12 basically refined that, made the performance much better. People, that anecdotal evidence, people say 12 was better. And it was the performance update. Like, Snow Leopard was to Leopard macOS. So there you go. That's essentially what that is. They've got a new CPU scheduler. That's some pretty cool stuff, actually. I like that. Pretty in-depth. And it's making sure that things are being done at the right time. Hopefully this scheduler actually works well, though. Because hopefully it doesn't decide, Sam's doing this and this. Let's prioritise this, or I want it to actually prioritise... Anyway, obviously it's going to do that. It should be intelligent enough to do that. But oh my gosh, we figured out a way to bring it to older models all the way back to iPhone 11. I'm so glad. And yes, that does mean that iOS 27 is supported on iOS 11. I don't have an iPhone 11, guys. But I am so glad for iPhone 11 users. Because they should have gotten this update. Because iOS 26, it's not bad at all. But it isn't the optimization update that they deserved. They got the new design on a 2019 phone. That's pretty impressive. But they got the new design. They deserve to have the performance upgrades that this version would give you. That's not a given. I remember, I know about this. I was too young to actually experience it. I didn't have a Mac until I was like 10. When I was like 3 years old, they switched from Intel to PowerPC to Intel. Mac computers did. They gave the last generation of PowerPC computers this cool new macOS Leopard, right? The most amazing macOS design, by the way, in my opinion, ever. They didn't give it Snow Leopard, which was the performance optimization upgrade. Why? No idea. Could not tell you why. Every single device that got iOS 11, by the way, got iOS 12. So they've learned from that. And they're doing it here. I have said in the comment sections of so many videos, I hope that they don't drop. And I think that they won't drop iPhone 11. And I was right. So, yeah, pat on the back for me. I'm glad about that. I do actually have an iPhone SE 2020. I don't use it. It's got a broken screen. But that's an iPhone 11 chip. So that can run iOS 27. And there we go. That also means that the iPhone 12 is going to be supported for a little while longer. I don't know if it'll just be dropped at the same time as 11 now. Maybe they just think, oh, it's about the same phone, isn't it, really? Or maybe they think... Because I think the 11 and the 10R were getting... And the 10S series were getting grouped together quite a lot. Not the 11 and 12 performance-wise. So Maybe they've kind of shifted their opinion on that, and maybe the 12 is just going to get like another year of support. Who knows? I don't think my 13 are going to be using it for much past this beyond this year as a main phone. I'll probably just use it as I am right now as a camera, because it's just the battery's terrible and etc etc. But in theory, I could be getting another year if I was a lighter user out of it. But you know, even I'm not even a ridiculously. I can't be a heavy user on this thing. It just isn't very good. I'm hoping iOS 27 fixes some of those issues. I'm going to be going literally from 17 to 27 with one update in between, which is 26, because of the weird new naming conventions. They never needed to do that in the first place, but you know, I'm still getting used to stuff. Like they're showing the new Photos app that came in iOS 26. They've got some new features, but okay, shared albums, full resolution sharing. That's pretty good. Yeah, useful feature there. But yeah, the new Photos app. I still think the older design was better. I think it makes more sense that they've kind of integrated the new Apple design language in the Photos app. But I still get confused. I still get confused, like scrolling through it. I'm like, where's my albums? I know now, but I struggled finding them initially. But anyway, there's an equalizer feature. I don't know if that's, you know, system wide. Hopefully it is, because I've been hoping for that. Because you can have an equalizer for Apple Music and you can have one for Spotify built into the app, but you can't have one that's just system wide. So hopefully that now exists. Vision OS could not care less. I don't think anyone can care less that's even watching this really. Like 5% of users or whatever. Well, probably 0.5% of users watching this actually have and care about a Vision Pro. No, like, that's just flopped massively. That's part of Tim Cook's legacy is a product that just didn't go anywhere. And that's fair enough. I mean, it wasn't going to. I'm glad it didn't. I mean, we don't need another device to strap to our face. I will need to get the beta of iOS 27 as soon as I can, as soon as it's stable enough, and I'll probably get it on my main phone as well. I'm excited for this. I'm really excited for the performance updates. Seriously, it's not been that bad. Like I've only had to disable Siri like on the side button, but still, like I would like just to have that little bit of extra polish. iOS 26, it's not as buggy as everyone complains about it to be, but I get why they're complaining. I literally yesterday, for the first time, changed they're showing an iMessage. I changed the background on an iMessage for the first time. And this is a really weird thing. I changed it on a conversation with myself to try it with this ancient iOS 13 iPhone 8. Even if this was updated to the latest version that it can support, it would be on iOS 16, which still can't support iMessage backgrounds. You can't see them on there. And yet, it worked. I had a look on an RCS chat, not because it was just a chat done when I was offline, so it came up as RCS, SMS, whatever. With an iPhone, it wouldn't let me change it, so it won't let you change it with Android phones either. Not even for yourself, when I'm never going to see the background on this, because technically it is an iPhone, but it can't display wallpaper, so it's a weird double standard. It's another one of those Apple things. It's not like, you know, anyone else is going to see it anyway. But yeah, the wallpapers, they're really cool in messages, and you can and the messages become clear, and that's right up my street. I love that. Looks great. I really wanted to make it more skeuomorphic. That's the only thing I'm looking for in iOS 27, and it isn't, is it? Because I've already kind of seen some screenshots, but I'm just hoping that that we see a little bit more skeuomorphism in the rest of this that, you know, comes up. So we'll see. I'm going to skip past here a bit. I'm already quite a way through. Child safety doesn't apply to me whatsoever. Here's some of the icons I'm looking at, and they look pretty similar. I feel like the Freeform icon's got a new logo, but I don't know. All looks about the same. Yeah, Doesn't really look like there's any differences there. That's a shame because I want more like metal. Like I love the sort of glass. I loved the reason I love the design of Snow Leopard so much. Not only is it nostalgic, it's the first version I ever saw of macOS that I remember seeing as a kid, but the kind of dock design was this beautiful mirror, this shiny actual mirror. They changed it in Lion to this like frosted glass mirror. It looked worse. So Snow Leopard was the definitive one for me anyway. Um, and they had those of like silver metal like accents and stuff, as well as kind of everything else. That's what I want to see. That more of that kind of inspired stuff. I don't want them to bring everything back, but I think that would be great if they could kind of bring a few of those things back. And I don't know if they will. Maybe they will in 28, iOS 28. Also, still bugs me that it's iOS 27. We're not in 2027. And I know this is coming out in September, so it's quarter 3 or quarter 4. We're almost in 2027 by that point. That's the idea behind the name change. But, like, call it 26 and call last year's 25. It came out in June of 2025. This is coming out in June 2026. This is iOS 2026. This should be 26. But it's not. It's 27. Anyway, there we go. Asked to buy. Oh, my gosh. It used to be so dangerous giving your kids an iPad. Although these child features have existed forever, because I remember my friend when I was like 9 couldn't buy stuff without asking his parents first on his iPad. That's existed forever. Time allowances, blah blah. This is crazy. The amount of time being spent in this keynote on child safety features and screen time. There can't be much actually to these updates. Have they done anything other than optimization? By the way, I will take as much optimization as you can get. I'm very grateful for that. But that's kind of crazy if like there's not much actual like user interface design changes or anything like that. Wow, okay. Let's see. Anything else? The dock looks a bit different, but then again, I'm used to seeing like this is a still frame. Look how clear that dock looks. I'm used to seeing my dock. I don't have the 26 dock, so it might be the exact same. So who knows? Let's see. Keep going. This is AI, Apple Intelligence. Oh my gosh, are you joking, dude? Are you joking? I think the rest of the events, Apple AI and the last thing, yeah. There's a Safari update. Siri AI. I'm just kind of skipping through. I might be missing stuff here, but I don't think there's much else. That's about it. Oh, I don't know about this. Okay, so there's a new notification update, and I know exactly why they've done it. It's like a live widget, notification. You know how you can get those, but it's inside of the normal notification. So it goes from Lydia is arriving to Lydia arrived in the same notification, which you'd think was fine, especially if it's a persistent notification that you can't just swipe away easily. But I'm gonna mistake that. I know I am. When that's on the screen, I'm gonna go, oh well, that's the same notification. So don't do that. Just send me 2 notifications. I can see it not being a great idea in practice. Home stuff. That's not really that great. I don't need to know about that. I don't have any home devices at the minute. I still don't. I think they came out with Apple Home in like iOS 10 or something. Would have been watching that keynote, by the way. Would have been watching that this time 10 years ago. I think I started watching it in September of 2016, actually. The keynotes. The new iPhone won't be very impressive, will it? It's just going to be the same old thing. It's not going to be like... I mean, even the iPhone 7 was a bit iterative, but I feel like the jet black looked so cool at the time. Although I do like the idea of the ruby red iPhone. I love Apple products in ruby red. I love the iMac G3 and that. To today, I've literally just set today my icons, the tinted icons on my phone, to like a ruby glass red. I just love it. I think it looks amazing. But anyway, yeah. image playground. Don't dedicate so much time to that because I'm not going to use that. It's just I don't even think I can use it on my iPhone, but like I've never used it, even if I can. Wow. Okay. Spatial reframing. I don't want to do any of this with my photos because it's just lying. It's just like if you have to have AI create parts of your photo, that's not your photo. It's like photoshopping. You can't say that's, that's all, whatever the word is, that's all. The original photo, essentially. Here's Federighi, good lad. I always like to see Craig Federighi. I was hoping he hadn't left because I kind of thought a few days ago, I was like, did he leave? I feel like he did, but he didn't. There's a lot of people that have left Apple, and obviously Tim Cook's changing over CEO. They were saying that Craig Federighi could actually be the new CEO for a while. It's Turnus, but there we go. I would have loved it if it was. I just think he's brilliant. But he's not left. He's still here. Good. Developer stuff. Yeah, I'm genuinely. I don't. Yeah, I've seen all this. There's nothing in this update, guys. There's nothing in this new set of updates. Maybe they're kind of doing more stuff tomorrow. Maybe there's a second keynote. I don't know. Probably not. Very likely not. So basically, there's a liquid glass slider, which is good, positive, happy about that. There's another thing that I said to do with design. I mentioned it earlier. I said that everyone wanted. They're bringing iOS 26 to iPhone 11 series, which is brilliant. The 7-year-old iPhones that some people are using will get updates for another year, and they will be faster because it's a performance update release. So they get regular updates for another year. By the way, there are now no Macs supported if Apple keeps their promise. I didn't see anything about that with macOS Golden Gate. They barely even touched it in that keynote. But there will be no Macs from 2019 or from early 2020 supported whatsoever. But you'll have iPhones from late 2019 supported still with feature updates, not just security updates, feature updates. So they'll probably drop iPhone 11 next year. That's fine. It will be left on a good version of iOS. And you'll get security updates for probably like 4 or 5 more years on top of that into the 2030s on a phone from 2019. That is amazing. Anyway, probably get like 15 years of updates total. So something crazy. That's a really good showing, even if we didn't really see anything else. So there we go. Thank you for watching. And I'm going to see if I'm going to go watch Obsession now at the cinema. So that's why I'm kind of finishing this quickly. I've just decided we're going to go and have a look at that. I might not end up doing that, but we'll see. Anyway, thank you for watching. That's been that. Pretty underwhelming keynote, honestly. But a lot of good stuff in there anyway, like regardless of that. So still, the stuff that I wanted to see, I have seen. Not all the design stuff. I kind of wanted it to go back a bit more skeuomorphic, which is crazy because back in the day, as a kid, I thought the new flat design was really cool, but you just get a bit bored of it after 15 years. So yeah. Anyway, see you in a bit. You will not be able to reconnect. Oh no.